Hello, everyone, and welcome to our NFL Week Prediction Show. I'm your host, Jalen Green, with co-host Coach Stefan. This is our extended video. We'll be going over the divisional round playoffs in the NFL. Let's begin.
So unlike previous years, this year we only had one team in each conference that got a bye. One of those teams, the Packers, plays first in Lambeau when they host the Los Angeles Rams on Saturday. Just to put it straightforward, yes, I know the Rams are going to start Jared Goff, who has more playoff experience. However, the Packers had that week off. They have more talent. They're just more prepared for this situation, and they've just been historically decent in the playoffs. And that is why I'm going to pick the Packers to absolutely beat the Rams. Senseless? Sure. This Saturday and move on to the conference championship game.
My pick here is going to be the Packers as well. Aaron Rodgers is playing at MVP level and obviously playing in the cold in Lambeau is benefiting the Packers. And I think the Packers defense might be able to show up against that LA Rams offense. So it'll be the Packers. We're both picking the Packers this week. Next, we had the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Buffalo to play the Buffalo Bills. This team is going to be really good. It's going to be a good matchup between two good quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. It's going to be a good matchup. The only thing that's going to benefit the winning team is how many stops the defense can get, whether it's turnovers or forcing 3-and-out punts. It's going to be a good game. I'm going to pick the Ravens to get their second playoff win this season, and I'm picking them to upset the Bills.
I really do like this matchup taking place on Saturday night. There's a lot of questions going into it, like how's Lamar Jackson going to handle the snow? How's the Bills defense going to try to stop the white-hot Ravens? There's just a lot that can be answered here. But I'm going to pick the Bills here. They just look better. I mean, yes, they nearly lost on a questionable, if not bad, call in the fourth quarter of their game last weekend. But I just feel like the Bills they're dying to finally win that Super Bowl, and this could be the year they do it, which is why I think they just have the best shot of pulling through and getting this win and stopping the white hot Ravens. We'll see if it happens. I'm interested to see how this ends. Next, we're going to focus on Sunday's slate, which firstly features the Cleveland Browns visiting the Kansas City Chiefs. You can't count either of these teams out. Patrick Mahomes won a Super Bowl, and Baker Mayfield was pretty much dominant, really, with the help of his defense last Sunday against the Steelers. The Browns have their playoff win. They got their revenge. They got their blood, figuratively, and their fans finally just can't feel the pain anymore because 17 years of losing is technically over. It's a new era in Browns history. The Browns will be getting their head coach back in Kevin Stefanski, but especially because of the bye, the Chiefs they're just ready for this. And especially with a record like 14-2, as long as they're not last year's Ravens, they should be fine. Which, of course, is why I'm going to pick the Chiefs here, my lock of the week, by well over 10. And it's mainly because they just have more talent than the Browns. And that's being straightforward. Chiefs get the win in Arrowhead, and they host next weekend.
And for my pick, I'm going to pick the Cleveland Browns here to pull off the upset against the Chiefs. These last few weeks for the Chiefs, even though they mostly won, I think they haven't been playing at their very best. For example, how they barely won against the Atlanta Falcons back in week 15 in the season. They've only won 17-14, and Patrick Mahomes did not play at his very best. So I think the Browns could pull off the upset if they can just get a few stops like the Atlanta Falcons did and have just enough offense to pull through against that Chiefs defense. So I think, the Chiefs have been on a bye. They might be sluggish early on, and the Browns might be able to take advantage of that. So I'm going to pick the Browns here to pull off the upset against the defending champion Chiefs. Next, we had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to New Orleans to play the Saints. This is going to be an intense matchup as both these teams have played each other already twice as their NFC South division rivals, while the Saints winning both those games in Tampa and at home. But I'm picking the Bucs here to win this game for this third matchup. Both of these teams will be featuring high-quality quarterbacks in Drew Brees and Tom Brady. Both of these teams have top offenses. They're going to put up a lot of points, but I think the Buccaneers will just edge out the Saints slightly. I'm going to pick them to win by 7, and Tom Brady will have to lead this team to the NFC Championship game.
I'm just going to put it this way. I like this matchup. This is the matchup that deserves the Sunday night prime time. I want the Saints to win here, and I'm going to pick him here. Why? Drew Brees needs to go out with a bang. I wanted to go full Peyton Manning in that sense, and he kind of deserves it too. I know what you're saying. The Buccaneers do indeed have excellent talent on both the defensive side and offensive side of the ball. But I feel like the Saints have been dying to get back to the Super Bowl, and with a win this weekend, they can get even closer. It's time for them to hopefully run it back for the first time in 10 years. We'll see what happens.
And now do it for this week's NFL Prediction Show. I'm your host, Jalen Green, with co-host Stefan. Make sure to follow us on YouTube at UCTV Channel 14 and on social media at UCTV Sports. We'll see you guys next week for the NFL Conference Championship games.